Even by the standards of high-profile Hollywood spats, the interminable brawl between actress Blake Lively and her co-star director Justin Baldoni is enough to warrant another Rocky sequel. But who would be the villain? With wild accusations and even wilder counterclaims being traded, neither party is smelling of roses. Lively accused Baldoni in an 80-page federal lawsuit in December of bizarre acts of sexual harassment on the set of the movie It Ends With Us, and of orchestrating a smear campaign against her. Baldoni responded by suing the New York Times for publishing Lively's claims and then slapping a $400 million lawsuit alleging defamation and extortion on the actress, her publicist, and her A-list actor husband Ryan Reynolds. And now that Reynolds is being dragged into this confusing crisscross of lawsuits, it's not only Lively and Baldoni whose behaviors come into question. In a bizarre text exchange with Baldoni, Lively appears to refer to her husband as her dragon. That's not exactly the nice guy public image cultivated by this Canada-born rom-com hero. Indeed, scratched beneath his shiny surface, and an altogether less appealing version of Reynolds seems to emerge. Reynolds moved to LA to pursue his show business career in his early 20s and landed his first famous girlfriend in jacked little pill singer, fellow Canadian Alanis Morissette. The pair met in 2002 at the 27th birthday party of actress Drew Barrymore. The glamorous couple graced many a red carpet with plenty of PDAs. Morissette could barely contain herself in a 2004 interview when she described their passionate relationship, yet some of her statements left fans scratching their heads. She said, "I feel so loved by him in a trampoline kind of way." She also called him her soul brother. It all seemed like a showbiz fairy tale when they got engaged in June 2004, but they never marry, and after a split and attempt at reconciliation, the couple called it quits in a cringeworthy statement, claiming they remain close friends and continue to have the utmost admiration for each other. For Reynolds, it didn't seem to have been as much of a struggle as it was for Morissette. Within barely 2 months of that broken engagement, Reynolds traded his songstress for a bona fide megastar in the shapely figure of Scarlett Johansson. Reynolds' relationship with Johansson didn't exhibit the same degree of slobbering PDA that he'd shown with Morissette. In fact, the couple did their utmost to avoid the paparazzi. Fans were shocked that they were even an item when they announced their engagement in May 2008 and married in September of that year. Johansson never gushed about her chiseled-jawed husband and his unfailing support. Her take on their marriage seemed almost jaded. Soon, there were whispers that Reynolds was an overbearing control freak who expected his more famous spouse to drop everything and come to him. Johansson, insiders said, wasn't a fan of this behavior. The power couple parted ways in December 2010, issuing yet another syrupy statement that they were leaving the marriage with love and kindness. Some suggested that his split from Johansson dovetailed rather too closely with a flourishing on-screen partnership with Blake Lively. Reynolds had started filming the Green Lantern movie with longtime friend Lively in July, 5 months before he and Johansson called it quits. A waitress who allegedly saw the pair at dinner together in 2010 said that despite Reynolds being married at the time, they were laughing and flirting. It looked like a date. If you didn't know who they were, you would definitely assume they were a couple. Lively and Gossip Girl actor Penn Badgley had been dating for 3 years before they split in September 2010. Reynolds and Johansson's breakup followed swiftly on. The couple wed in September 2012. While the Vogue mea culpa didn't get the marriage off to the most auspicious start, this union appears to have thrived. They welcomed their first child, James, in 2014. Ines followed in 2016, with a third daughter, Betty, arriving in 2019. Lively delivered their son, Olin, in 2023. 13 years and 4 children later, it's probably safe to assume that Lively knows Reynolds as well, if not better than anyone. So it's worth noting that alleged text messages have surfaced that appear to show Lively referring to Reynolds and best friend Taylor Swift as her dragons, while she cast herself as Khaleesi from the Game of Thrones saga. Fire-breathing and gold-hungry, dragons are hardly the most flattering analogy for either, but perhaps there's a few past lovers who might find it fitting for Reynolds, the nice guy.